The men's open division may have another dangerous name rising through the ranks, and according to retired IFBB pro and bodybuilding analyst Fouad Abiad, Sergey's latest physique updates are impossible to ignore. During a recent discussion, Abiad shared an exclusive look at Sergey's current condition and overall development, praising the dramatic improvements in muscle size, maturity, and overall presence. Perhaps most importantly, Fouad suggested that Sergey now possesses the kind of physique that could realistically fight for a top 10 finish at the Mr. Olympia if his progression continues at the current pace. That statement immediately caught the attention of bodybuilding fans. Fouad Abiad is widely respected within the industry for his ability to evaluate physiques from a professional perspective. As a former IFBB pro bodybuilder and one of the most influential voices in bodybuilding media, his opinions carry significant weight when discussing emerging open competitors. According to Fouad, the biggest difference in Sergey's physique is the overall level of mass and muscular maturity he now brings to the stage. While Sergey has always been viewed as a talented competitor with strong structural potential, recent updates suggest he has entered an entirely different level physically. The added density throughout his upper body appears especially noticeable. Fans immediately pointed out improvements in the chest, shoulders, and back thickness, giving Sergey a far more complete open bodybuilding appearance than in previous seasons. His physique now carries the kind of heavy muscle maturity often required to compete against elite Olympia caliber athletes. In modern bodybuilding, simply being aesthetic is no longer enough to survive in the open division. Today's top competitors combine freaky mass with conditioning, structure, and presentation. The men's open category has evolved into one of the deepest and most competitive divisions in bodybuilding history, where even extremely talented athletes struggle to break into the Olympia top 10. That is why Fouad's comments were so significant. Suggesting that an athlete has legitimate top 10 Olympia potential means they are beginning to enter conversations alongside some of the best physiques in the world. For Sergey, that possibility represents a major step forward in his career trajectory. One of the most impressive elements of Sergey's recent progress is that the added size does not appear to be ruining his overall structure. Often when bodybuilders aggressively pursue more mass, they sacrifice symmetry, waist control, or aesthetics in the process. However, Sergey still appears to maintain strong proportions while carrying significantly more muscle. That balance is extremely important. Judges at the Olympia level are no longer rewarding size alone. Athletes must present complete physiques with minimal weaknesses, excellent conditioning, and strong visual flow from every angle. Competitors who can successfully add mass without losing shape usually become extremely dangerous very quickly. According to the discussion, Sergey's current trajectory suggests he could be moving toward exactly that category. Fouad reportedly emphasized the visual impact of Sergey's physique in person, noting that the overall mass and thickness stand out immediately. That kind of stage presence matters tremendously in professional bodybuilding, especially in stacked lineups where athletes are often separated by very small details. The conversation also highlighted how difficult it is to crack the Olympia top 10 in today's era. The current men's open division includes elite names with world-class conditioning, insane muscle density, and years of experience competing at the highest level. Athletes like Samson Dauda, Derek Lunsford, Hadi Choopan, Nick Walker, and Andrew Jacked continue pushing the standard of the sport higher every season. For newer competitors, breaking into that group requires not only elite genetics but also continuous improvement year after year. That is why Sergey's recent development has created so much excitement. Bodybuilding fans are always searching for the next breakout open competitor, someone capable of climbing rapidly through the rankings and challenging established stars. Recent updates suggest Sergey may be positioning himself as one of those athletes. Another important factor mentioned during the discussion was muscle maturity. In bodybuilding, physiques often improve dramatically over time as athletes gain years of heavy training, dieting, and stage experience. Even when body weight remains similar, mature muscle tends to look denser, harder, and more complete under stage lighting. Sergey's latest look reportedly reflects the type of evolution. His physique now appears more seasoned and polished compared to earlier stages of his career. That added maturity becomes especially noticeable in poses displaying thickness and overall density. Fans observing the updates pointed out improvements in overall fullness and muscular detail, creating a much more dangerous appearance from multiple angles. Conditioning will still remain critical moving forward. As impressive as the added mass appears, the Olympia stage ultimately rewards athletes who combine size with extreme sharpness and presentation. Many bodybuilding experts believe the biggest challenge for rising open competitors is maintaining conditioning while continuing to add muscle. If Sergey successfully manages both, his ceiling could become extremely high. The timing of these improvements also adds excitement heading into the next Olympia qualification season. The men's open category is entering a new era filled with emerging talent, and many fans believe fresh contenders are beginning to close the gap on established veterans. Fouad Abiad's praise only increases the anticipation. Because of his experience competing professionally and analyzing physiques weekly through bodybuilding media, Fouad rarely gives exaggerated praise without reason. His comments suggest that Sergey's current look genuinely impressed him enough to believe a top 10 Olympia push may soon become realistic. That possibility alone is enough to make bodybuilding fans pay attention. At this stage, Sergey still has work to do before officially entering the upper elite tier of the division. But the latest updates indicate he is moving rapidly in the right direction. The added mass, improved maturity, and stronger overall presence all point toward an athlete beginning to grow into a legitimate open bodybuilding threat. If the progression continues, Sergey may soon find himself standing alongside some of the biggest names in the sport. And according to Fouad Abiad, that rise might happen sooner than many people expect.